I'm afraid. It's really good to see so many people here, old friends, new friends, relatives, and some have come a long way to be with us here. So if I was a bit economic with the truth, then I could say as far as Colombia. Thank you, Alejandro. But in reality, it's Barcelona, so thank you, Louise and Alejandro. And Stuttgart, so Sonia and Wilfred, thank you very much. And of course Copenhagen, so Jens and Karina, thank you very much. So they travelled a long way to be here with us. So,
Cyprus.
What? Yeah, Cyprus, yes. Well, it seems to be the current fashion these days to talk about everything as being a journey. So where did this particular journey begin? So, Guildford Tobacco Club. There's a lot of you here, you can make more noise than that, I'm sure. So, way back in the 70s, when us perhaps more sort of seasoned divers were sort of occasionally training in a pool, along came a young Anne, and she very quickly got snapped up. And over the years our paths crossed occasionally when I was stuck under the bonnet of a broken down car, probably at Easter, because they always tended to break down on the Lizard. Or stuck on the beach with her little ones. Little ones, goodness me. You were little ones. And then, of course, sadly, Anne became a widow, and the club then benefited a bit more of her time and her presence, and so time moved on. And then one day, as I was discussing with my diving buddy, my bachelorhood, moaning away, he said to me, well, why don't you phone Anne? Perhaps I should, but, and then a bit later on, have you phoned Anne? No, well, why haven't you phoned Anne? He can be very persuasive when he wants to be. So, anyway, he's now, of course, known as Cupid. Thank you very much, Cupid. And many of you might know who Cupid is. You might not like the idea of being called Cupid, but thank you, Cupid. So, I did phone Anne, and very bravely she came down and visited me down in the forest, and things took off from there. And then eventually, we had 2 good years, and eventually packed up the courage to say, well, shall we make it a very interesting year and get married? And she said, yes, that's it, great. So, the first thing we did was to come in the pub and visit Andy. So, Andy, were you free on the 22nd of June, we said. No, he said, there's race day on. And poor old David has won a ticket, a prize ticket. So we're very grateful for David for giving up his prize ticket. Thank you, David, so we could have this function today. And then Andy, what about a group? So thank you, Andy, for organising the groups and the music. And then came Janet to the food. And thank you very much, Janet. It's been very, very good. So the next thing was, so we went back and had another conversation with a certain somebody and said, well, we're going to get married. And he said, well, hang on a minute. So I don't know whether you've heard that expression before. Hang on a minute. It's a favourite of his. What about the actual ceremony? Oh dear. Well, you might have to wait, because these things take time. You have to book them. Oh dear. So there was an anxious wait then until Monday when we could get hold of the registry office to see when they might allow us to get married. Anyway, 22nd of June was fine, and here we are. So, yes, and then we move on. There were other things to organise. And other thank yous. Hang on a minute, I've got to change my screen. So, the best man. Where's my best man? Where's he gone? Neil. Is he here? He's got to make a speech. He's hiding. Oh, I'm squeaking. Right. Anyway, Neil's my best man. He's been with me through various scrapes in life and dug me out of various holes, dug me out of crevasses, picked me up when I've been biking, perhaps a little bit too drunk in the middle of the night, and fallen over and allegedly hit badgers and gone flying through the air. Anyway, thank you, Neil. just got me in it. I hope I might have stolen some of your thunder. And some more thank yous. So I'm getting a bit nearer to the end, but Christian for sorting out the marquee. Thank you very much for that. And then Sonia and Wilfred for putting all the tables and the chairs and a load of other work that went on yesterday, aided again by Christian. Thank you very much. With the ladies of Woodgreen who did the floral arts, and I think they've made a splendid job with all the flowers. Then of course Will, who's been acting as gatekeeper today. Keeping the dogs in and the animals out, and letting some animals in so they can put up the tents. Thank you, Will. And then of course Helen and Tricky. So I'm not sure quite how they see it, but thank you very much for letting me have your mum. And lastly, thank you, Anne, for agreeing to marry me.